Ladies and gentlemen, welcome into the Collective Consciousness Show, episode number 28. Today, I am by myself, going on a little bit of a rant. Maybe not rant is the right choice of word, but maybe it's just me talking today. All right, so sit back and enjoy. And I wanted to talk a little bit about the state of the world and kind of everything that's going on and how to deal with it. There seems to be a lot of upset, a lot of unrest, a lot of, um, a lot of uproar about a lot of things, and it's difficult. It's difficult because I see so much good in the world, and everybody wants to focus on bad things that happened. But what good does that do? All right, you see all these bad things happening. How are you going to deal with it? How are you going to sit here and take care of yourself and take care of the people you love despite everything that might be going on? Right? There may be a lot of evil things, a lot of bad things going on that should not affect your ability to take care of yourself. I don't want to hear about politics. I don't want to hear about a health crisis. I don't want to hear about any of that stuff. It sucks. I get it. I get the fact that your political opinion and someone else's, you don't agree, and it's horrible, and Biden might have done something that you don't like, and Trump might have said something that you don't like, or one of your favorite, celebrities had a political opinion that you don't like or that you agree with. There's a whole bunch of, it's all a distraction. It's all a distraction. Why the hell should anybody care what these people have to say? It is no bearing on your life, nor should it, but you let it. So many people let this stuff go to their head. They take it way too seriously. Way too seriously. For goodness sakes, everybody, not everybody, but most people have some sort of spiritual, religious opinion or belief of where we go after death. And some people don't. But for right now, let's focus on the people that do, and I'll talk about the people that don't in a second. For the people that have some sort of religious belief, spiritual belief, you go to heaven or hell, you do this, you do that, reincarnation, whatever it is. And that thing is bigger than all of us. God is bigger than all of us. The universe is bigger than all of us. And if that is true, and if you believe that in your heart, in your soul, if that is true to your core, then why are you letting any of this stuff take a hold of you? Why? Why are you continuing to let all these negative things bring you down? That is not part of your belief system. That is not what God set forth in the Bible in His Word. That is not what any of these religions teach, is you take on all of the hate and bad in the world and complain about it every day and make it your entire life. No. That was not set forth in any religion for any reason. It just doesn't make sense to me that people are losing their faith because of all this little petty bullshit. Quite honestly, that's what it is. People are losing their faith in God, in humanity, in whatever you put your belief in. People are losing it. They're losing who they are at their core. They're losing the fact that they're a human being, that they have the ability to shine so bright. They outshine all the bad in the world. And that's a choice. And I very well understand how difficult it is to make the choice to believe in the positive and to stay positive. I want to talk about the people that don't have a belief in any sort of God or higher power or where we go after we live this earth life. If you're an atheist, if you're agnostic, if you don't believe that we go anywhere, if you believe that after this life we fade away, we're done, we die, that is it, we never live again, and there is really no purpose here. If you believe we live in some sort of simulation, and after we die, we don't reappear in the simulation, or the simulation is over. If that is what you believe, wouldn't you like to make the most out of it? Wouldn't you like to spend the time you have here, the 85 years or so, doing the best you can and helping the people around you? Because that would be the most fulfilling thing. I'm not saying you have to be perfect, but that would be the most fulfilling thing, is if you had only 85 years in your entire existence, wouldn't you spend them focusing on the positive? Wouldn't you? It doesn't matter if heaven or hell doesn't exist, right? Why wouldn't you just go out and give it your best effort? Why? Why not? You don't believe in anything else. It's it. You die. You're gone. Natural causes, murder, food poisoning, death by a million cuts. Whatever it is, you die. It doesn't matter what happens, you're gone. Wouldn't you like to make the positive impact? Wouldn't you like to do that? Wouldn't that be the most productive? Or does it not matter because you die and there's no purpose to it, so you can do whatever the hell you want? Which is very valid. If you feel that way, that is valid, and I'm not here to take that mindset away from you. It makes a ton of sense why if you believe that we are done and we die and we're gone, it makes a ton of sense why you would just do whatever you want. Hey, if I had a different mindset, I would probably believe that too. But it is important to realize your purpose here. All right? Because why would we all be here if there was no purpose? All right? It was just like chance. It was chance that we were here. I don't know. Maybe that's true. Maybe that is correct. But you have to sit here and think to yourself, wouldn't you like to give your best effort? Now, when you think about all these bad things that are happening, when you think about the fact that there are terrible things going on in the world every single day that you cannot control, you know what you can control is your reaction. You know what you can control is everything about your words and your actions, because they contribute to the entire thing. Everything that you put out into the universe, what you give is what you get. And that's not some fable, that's not some farce or some story or some lie or some hocus pocus magic that I'm brewing up in some, witch, sorcerer, wizard spell. It's not. What you put out there is what you will get, is what you will receive. That is the most practical thing ever. The most practical idea ever is that if you do good things will probably happen to you. That's not a very radical, crazy concept. If you do good things will happen to you. If you do bad things will probably happen to you. It's not crazy to say these things because it is so true and we see it all the time. You do good things for people. You help that old lady take her groceries to her car and she gives you $5. Because why the hell not? Because he did something nice for me, I'm going to do something nice for him. Maybe you don't get paid $5. Maybe you do. But the point is, you did something nice, you got something nice in return. That's the concept of karma without all the religion behind it. That's the concept of if you do something good, you get good. If you do something bad, you get bad, which makes total sense. I mean, there are consequences to action. So if you kill somebody and you're found guilty, you're probably going to end up in jail. Even if you're not found guilty and you go in hiding, you have to live with the fact that you murdered somebody. You have to have that on your conscience. And you don't want that, right? You do good things happen. You do bad things happen. It's simple. It's simple. And it's simple as a concept, as a sentence, but it's complex as an idea because there's so much other, you say the word karma and there's religion connected to it. And everybody wants to focus on belief systems and ideas and religions and all this other stuff. Why? It's not worth your time to argue over these things. It's not. It's just not. Now, that was serious. That was serious talk. Let's focus on some better things. I have talked to and met so many people over the past few years since all this madness seemed to kind of click, starting with COVID and all the election stuff and all the Capitol, riots and all the, everything, all the social justice, racism, everything. Those are just some of the biggest things, and there are other small things that nobody seemingly wants to talk about that have happened. But that's for later. It seems that it is all culminated in the start of 2020, but since then, I've seen so many people grow so much and learn so much about themselves and do so much good in spite of the fact that there were horrible things going on around them. In spite of the fact that really there was nowhere to go, nothing to do, they chose to be good. They chose to do good. And I think that is absolutely something that should be celebrated, that should be heralded. I think that is great. That we have seen so many people grow and so many people do great things for other people in spite of and sometimes because of the fact that we've had all this madness going on around us. And so I think that is a great thing that some people have persevered past this. And I think it's really something to be proud of. It's not easy. It's tough. It's tough out there. A lot of, stuff for the past couple of years has gotten tough. And it is a damn struggle out here. Everybody is seemingly losing their minds. It's a struggle, right? But never ceases to amaze me that every day, seemingly more and more people wake up, if you want to call it that, or have some sort of spiritual experience, or, have a come to Jesus moment, or realize, stuff. Never ceases to amaze me. It's awesome. It's great. Now, I want to get into some other stuff, and this is kind of just off the top of the dome here, doing this by myself. So I want to get into some other stuff. Do something every day that makes you uncomfortable. All right, that's the only way that you'll grow. So, personally, I take usually set a timer for 3 minutes, all right, around 3 minutes, of a cold shower every morning. I wake up, use the bathroom, brush teeth, get out of bed, all that sort of stuff. And then I go and I take a cold shower for 3 minutes, and it's the most uncomfortable part of my day, and it sucks, and it's super cold, and I don't want to be there, and I find myself saying, fuck, why did I get in this shower? God damn it, why did I do this? This is so uncomfortable, I hate it. But it's a mind-strengthening exercise. Forget all the health benefits that a cold shower has, right? Inflammation and mood and dopamine and all that. Forget all that for a second. If you put yourself in an uncomfortable position, and a position that you don't want to be in, then you're going to grow. You just have to not give up, And it's a real interesting concept, because you think you don't want to put yourself in positions where you're uncomfortable. But it's the only places you grow, right? I mean, if you sit on for instance, I'm sure a lot of people, play Madden or 2K, these sports games, or even, other games, and I'm not a first person shooter game, but Call of Duty or, any of these games. If you put the game on easy mode, right? If you put the game on easy, you're not going to get better. You're not. You're not forced to get better. You're not forced to sharpen your mind. You're forced to sit there and, I have fun, killing all these 10-year-olds that don't know what the hell they're doing on Call of Duty or Fortnite. Or, man, I just beat this guy 50-10 in Madden. Geez, I'm so good on easy mode. Try veteran, try Hall of Fame, see what it gets you. You might suck. It might be hard, but over time, eventually, you will get better. You have to strengthen your mind, in these cold showers. And working out, God, sucks. Who likes to sit there and sweat and be hot and feel anxious and, just be exhausted? Nobody likes to work out. I know there are some people that enjoy it, but, nobody likes that feeling of, I have to do this. It's a responsibility. It's a burden. Look at it as you're strengthening your mind. Forget your body for a second, your mind. Because when you do these things and you put yourself in uncomfortable positions every single day, you grow. And then when the real problems happen, when the real challenges arise, you'll know how to deal with them. It'll be like, oh, no problem. I'm putting uncomfortable, anxious positions every single day. I take a cold shower, I work out, I run, I do this or that, and I hate it, but I do it. And that's super important. All right, we're going to take a quick break, and we will be back in a couple of minutes. It's getting hot. I got to take my sweatshirt off. All right, we're back in after a short break. It was getting a little hot up here. Had to take the sweatshirt off. But now I want to get into a couple other things. I have a couple ideas I want to share. I have some quotes, actually, that I want to read and give my opinion on, or my thoughts. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to share some quotes. I'm going to share my ideas on them, and that's what we'll do with our remaining time here in a shortened episode of the Collective Consciousness Show. Okay. Without further ado, let's get into it. All right. This is a quote. What happened has happened. Free your mind from it. It's a new moment to enter a new state. Move forward towards your greatness. You have so much potential. Right? So, anything that happened in the past that is negatively affecting you, I want you to stop and forget it. What has happened has happened. It's done. It's over with. You can't change it. Accept it. You can't change it. All right? Then, and that's part of freeing your mind from it, right? It opens up and allows you to grow and move into a new state only if you allow yourself to. Because if you make a mistake and then you sit there and self-pity the entire time, you'll never get anywhere. You'll never get anywhere, right? And it's crazy the amount of people that make a mistake and live in that mistake the rest of their life, right? God, I wish I would have taken this job, or I wish I would have, made that decision, whatever it was. You can't do that to yourself. You play the cards that you're dealt, and you make the best of it. There's nothing else you can do. You have to move forward. You have to say, yup, and keep going, and keep pushing. That's the only way you make it anywhere. That's the only way you succeed anywhere, right? You have so much potential. I think that speaks for itself. You've got so much potential. Don't give up. Keep fucking going. Literally. Keep it up. All right. Here's another quote. It's easy to spot a yellow car when you are always thinking of a yellow car. It's easy to spot an opportunity when you are always thinking of an opportunity. It's easy to spot reasons to be mad when you are always thinking of being mad. You become what you constantly think. Watch yourself. That's interesting, isn't it? If you're always thinking about, man, this sucks, this sucks, this sucks, this sucks, it's always going to suck. Because in your head, it's the worst thing in the world and it always sucks. But if you're thinking, man, this is great, this is going to be a good opportunity, I might not like it, but I'm excited to start, and I'm excited to keep going, then it'll probably be more positive than negative. That's probably how it'll end up. It's the law of attraction. What you think you become. What you feel you become. If you stay in a low vibrational state, that's where you'll stay, and you won't grow. If you stay in a high vibrational state, you'll grow. Good things will happen to you. It's easy to spot a yellow car when you're always thinking of a yellow car. In the simplest form. It's easy to spot this when you're always thinking of it. Makes total sense to me. If you're not thinking of spotting anything else, it's tunnel vision. If I'm only looking at the camera, I'm only looking at the camera. I don't want to see anything else. But if I want to look at the microphone, then I'll look at the microphone. You become what you think. You become what your actions are. Quite honestly, you become the people you spend your time around. Little side note here. If your friends aren't helping you, if your friends aren't being of any benefit to you, gone. It should be that simple. It's not because you love them and you want the best for them, even if they might not want the best for you. But if they're not picking you up when times are rough and they're only using you for good times and happiness and partying and all that, you might want to consider the fact that they might not be the best friends for you. Simple as that. Simple as that. That's... And it's really not as simple as that, but I'm saying it as if it's that simple because I don't want to make it too much of a complex thing. If somebody's not treating you like the amazing person you are, then why would you keep them around? And it's not always easy to spot at first, but it's super important. All right, let's get into a couple more quotes here. How can you value somebody's opinion of you when they don't have the full picture? And more importantly, how can you judge someone when you don't have the full picture? Perspective is important. Gain it. One of the truest things. How can you value somebody's opinion of you, a complete stranger? Say you post something on Twitter, right? And you're feeling confident, or you post something on Instagram or TikTok or Snapchat, and you're feeling confident, and somebody shits on you, and they say, God, you look ugly. That sucked. God, that was a horrible caption. What are you even doing? Why would you even post that? God, that's dog shit. Why would you do that, man? And they don't know that in that moment, that was just a great moment for you. You were really enjoying yourself. You were confident. And they just fucking took that and they ripped your heart out and they took all that confidence and happiness away from you. You can't let that happen to yourself. They don't know the full picture. They don't know anything about you, maybe. They're just judging you based off something they saw that they were insecure about, that they didn't like, and so then they started getting on you about it. But even more important than that, don't focus on what other people's opinions of you are. Focus on what your opinions of other people are. When you're sitting there and you're scrolling through social media and you see something, well, that was a little off. Don't go comment, fuck you, you suck. Don't do that. You don't have the full picture. Maybe that person's going through a really tough time. Just fucking ignore it. It's not that big of a deal. It's not that big of a deal. Perspective is important. Gain it. All right? Next quote. This goes very well with the first half of this podcast. It's not negative to speak about the darkness in the world. In fact, it is an act of love, strength, courage, and kindness. There are bad things going on, yeah. Talk about them. Express your feelings. Get it out. And then forget it. Speak out about bad things, but speak out about them in a way of, it could be so much better. How can we make it better? Not, this sucks, this is terrible, blah, 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 blah. Spend your time problem solving, not complaining. Very different. Next quote. Let's find it here. Deep in your wounds are seeds waiting to grow into beautiful flowers. Isn't that something? Even in your darkest times, you are growing into an unstoppable force. You are growing into such an amazing person, but you have to allow yourself to grow into that. You have to expose yourself to water and sunlight and nutrients and all the things you need, even in your darkest times, in order to grow into the beautiful flowers. So it's really your choice whether or not you're going to succeed despite all the bad things going on around you or happening to you. That's your choice. You have a choice. Make it. Do you want to be a flower or do you want to be a weed? A couple more quotes here, and then we'll wrap this up. It is not strength but perception that makes you stronger. If you change how you see it, you'll change how you feel about it. When you're at peace, you embrace the eternity. I want to kind of work this backwards in a way. Give me a second. When you're at peace, you embrace the eternity. What does that mean? When you're okay with everything going on around you and you're kind of in flow state, not really worrying about anything, just taking things as they are, you embrace the fact that you have such a long time here, and even if something bad is going on and it feels like an eternity, you kind of embrace it. You're like, all right, I'm here. I'm going to make the most of it. If I'm here for a while, I may as well, you know? If you change how you see it, you change how you feel about it. Another one of those perspective things. If you see something as an opportunity rather than a burden or something negative, then you win. You win every time. You change your perspective, and now you feel a little positive about it. You feel like, oh, maybe it's an opportunity. Maybe it's not so bad. You know, maybe it'll be all right. It's not strength, but perception that makes you stronger. Simple. Perception. The way you perceive something changes your entire outlook, your entire mood sometimes. Super important. All right, we're going to wrap this up here. A lot of that was just kind of off the dome, off the top here. No guests this week, but next week we'll be we should be golden again in terms of guests. We've got some great stuff planned for you guys. We've got a lot of stuff on the way. It's going to be great. Kicking off the new year. We're already in the middle of January. Isn't that crazy? So I hope you guys have a wonderful day, you know, wherever you're watching this, whether it's day or night. Have a great day. Stay strong-minded, strong-willed. Keep spreading that love and that positive energy to everybody, and it'll come back to you. All right. This has been the Collective Consciousness Show, number 28, with my guest, Colin Reich. Thank you for coming on, Colin. You're welcome. Up in the air are 2 videos that you should watch. They were pretty good ones. I had a lot of fun recording these ones. They were 2 of my best episodes. And then down here somewhere, wherever I decide to put it, is my channel. You should go subscribe if you like this video, or if you like any of the other ones. Share this podcast with your loved ones, with your family, with your friends. I'm sure they'll love it too. And have a great day. See ya.